Here on the river things don't change too much. Winter storms bring up the water. In late spring the miners return with their dredges, followed by steelhead and otter. Tourists are smiling and taking the pictures of daring young whitewater rafters, while rapids respond with the same ancient language, a mixture of angers and laughter. And it isn't that I don't love you now, and it isn't that you don't love me. It's just that you're like the banks of this river, and I'm flowing on to the sea. Remember the summer we lived in the Chevy, camped by the edge of the river. We ate the berries that grew in the tailings, took what the spirit delivered. River provider and river denier, the parables told and we listened. We swam in the dark pool surrounded by morning, and naked on black rocks we glistened. And it isn't that I don't love you now, and it isn't that you don't love me. It's just that you're like the banks of this river, and I'm flowing on toward the sea. I used to sit with my toes in the water, watching it swirling and flowing, following eddies and hearing the music, wondering where it was going. I used to throw sticks for a big German shepherd. She'd chase them and bring them back to me. Sometimes she just let them go with the river, and one day her reasons came to me. And it isn't that I don't love you now, and it isn't that you don't love me. It's just that you're like the banks of this river, and I'm flowing on to the sea. If I were you, I'd take the dishes from the shelf, pulverize them by myself into a pile of broken shards. Then I would pick up every piece, and I'd call up the police, and I would park a pickup truck out in the yard. Then I would go up to the north, I would be there by the 4th, just in time to watch the rockets from the farm. Then I would sleep out in the hay with the pictures of the day tattooed into a cartoon sequence on my arm. If I were you, I would a single thing I'm telling you to do. My advice is always good, but the fact is that I should just shut up and let you do the things you do. If I were you, I'd pet the dog, take her for a morning jog, talk to God, talk to no one, talk to me. If I were you, I'd take my life, send it to my former wife, with a stamp upon the package COD. For there is nothing sacrosanct but the money in the bank, and the money isn't speaking like it should. If I were you, I'd take what's left, report it as a theft, and make certain it is only used for good. If I were you, oh, don't listen to a single thing I'm telling you to do. My advice is always good, but the fact is that I should just shut up and let you do the things you do. If I were you, I'd tell them all to go to hell. Get some potion, cast a spell, get a doll and get some pins. 'Cause in the long run, if you're breathing and your temper isn't seething, it is generally accepted that you win. I would wait till after dark, move into a trailer park, change my name, change my number, change my hair. And then if the doorbell rings, I would take my precious things, head on through the bedroom window out of there. If I were you, oh, don't listen to a single thing I'm telling you to do. My advice is always good, but the fact is that I should just shut up and let you do the things you do. If I were you, I'd have a beer, think it out and get it clear. Climb that mountain to the west, right to the top. And when I get there, I'd keep going. Never mind if it is snowing, just keep moving to the west and never stop. Because mountains are for sport, life is way too short. If I were you, I wouldn't let them slow me down. And then 50 years from now, you can ask exactly how it is possible that you are still around. If I were you, oh, don't listen to a single thing I'm telling you to do. My advice is always good, but the fact is that I should just shut up and let you do the things you do. My advice is always good, but the fact is that I should just shut up and let you do the things you do. My advice is always good, but the fact is that I should just shut up and let you do the things you do. I love you more than you will know. The winter winds come down and blow, and I love you in the darkest night, and when the valley fills with light. I love you when the winter seems and cracks its essence into spring. And I love you when I sleep and dream, and you are rising in the steam. When love is real, when love is found, its roots are deep and tightly bound. In any time, in any year, I find you in my rolling tear. I wish you with me all my days, and call to you across the hills. And when the night falls dark and long, I'll reach for you just like a song, and you'll respond the way you will, and touch the flowers on the hill. When love is fine, when love is real, it rings like blades of tempered steel. It's like a robe of Spanish silk, the green of grass, the white of milk. It covers up your weary skin and warms the places deep within. And when your breath is not your own, and harmony becomes the bone, the pieces flee to form my soul. I love you when you make me whole. When love is fine, when love is good, it's made of gold and polished wood. And when the night falls dark and long, I'll reach for you just like a song, and you'll respond the way you will, and touch the flowers on the hill. I'm going down to the laundromat. I'm gonna take my new blue jeans. I'm gonna wash them till they turn to dust and smell like gasoline. And smell like gasoline. Oh, let's go down to the railroad tracks and wait for the number 9. And when it comes around the bend, we'll hear that whistle whine. We'll hear that whistle whine. 'Cause Esmeralda, why don't you come too? I always do feel better when I am out with you, when I am out with you. I wanna take you dancing just like my mama said. Swing you around in the moonlight and wake up in your bed, and wake up in your bed. 'Cause I got a dog named Nicky, I got a cat named Jake, I got a raven and I got a pig, I got a rattlesnake, oh, I got a rattlesnake. And Esmeralda, why don't you come too? I always do feel better when I am out with you, when I am out with you. Oh, I'm going down to the grocery store to find me a great big steak. Gonna wash it all down with a bottle of beer and a piece of chocolate cake, and a piece of chocolate cake. 'Cause if I was the king of France and I had all the gold, I'd hide it up in the furnace room, spend it when I'm old, and spend it when I'm old. 'Cause Esmeralda, why don't you come too? I always do feel better when I am out with you, when I am out with you. There's thunder in the atmosphere, there's earthquakes in the ground. I always get the vertigo whenever you're around, whenever you're around. So where have you been my whole life? Where did you go today? What's in store for tomorrow? There's nothing left to say, there's nothing left to say except Esmeralda, why don't you come too? I always do feel better when I am out with you, when I am out with you, when I am out with you, when I am out with you. And sing to me, sweet Plymouth River, down through the canyon it goes. Your water come down from the mountains, and from under the old lava flows, and sweet Klamath River. Down the canyon it goes. Your waters come down from the mountains, and from under the old lava flows, and sweet Klamath River. Sweet Klamath River, andesite, granite, and lime. Your canyons have echoed your music since the beginning of time. And sweet Klamath River, andesite, granite, and lime. Your canyons have echoed your music since the beginning of time, and sweet Klamath River. And sing to the people who lived here, the salmon that nourished their ways. And you gave them all that they needed, and you sang to them all of their days. And sweet Klamath River, down the deep canyon down, and sing to the otter, and sing to the bear, and sing to the folks in the town. The miners who cut you, they ravaged your canyons and bars. Then they went away and they left you, and you still carry the scars. Oh, sweet Klamath River. Oh, sing to the miners now gone, and mourn for the gold that they took from your veins. Oh, sweet Klamath River, sing on. Oh, sweet Klamath River. Oh, sweet Klamath River. Down the deep canyon down, and sing to the otter, and sing to the bear, and sing to the folks in the town. And sing to me, sweet Klamath River, and sing to the ages of men. For they built the dams, but they won't last forever, and you will flow free once again. Oh, sweet Klamath River. And sing to the ages of men. For they built the dams, but they won't last forever, and you will flow free once again. Oh, sweet Klamath River. Down the deep canyon down, and sing to the otter, and sing to the bear, and sing to the folks in the town, and sweet Klamath River. granite and lime. Your canyons have echoed your music, oh, since the beginning of time, and sweet Klamath River. And sweet Klamath River. Going down to the gravel bar, I'm gonna find a new way to see. Rocks come down from the mountain tops and they wait 1,000,000 years for me and I wish I were a mountainside. I wish I were a river deep. I would watch the epochs roll on by, asleep but not asleep. Going down to the ocean side, I'm gonna find a new way to see. Water changes the rocks to sand. Wait 1,000,000 years for me and I wish I were a molecule rising to the golden sun, making oceans in the sky, pouring back to where I'm from. Going down to the open hill, I'm gonna find a new way to see. Rocks come out of the universe and they wait 1,000,000 years for me and I wish I were a meteor, empty space so free to roam, never knowing desolation, only knowing I am home. Going out to the edge of time, I'm gonna find a new way to see. Watch the universe unfold. Wait 1,000,000,000 years for me and I wish I were a speck of dust, sitting in the eye of God. I would watch the universe unfold from the never-ending past. Going down to the gravel bar, I'm gonna find another way to see. Rocks come down from the mountain tops and they wait 1,000,000 years for me. On the morning he was born, he said to me, I'm a waterfall boy, oh mama, can't you see? And I belong in a place where the water meets the stone. I'm a waterfall boy, it's way down inside my bones. When he was 5 years old, at the Red Rock Falls, northern Montana, where the wild wolf calls. He said, Daddy, Daddy, don't you take me away. I'm a waterfall boy. This is where I wanna stay. And the canyons run deep, and the rivers are wide, through the splendid heart of a waterfall child. So he grew up strong, and he grew up tall, with a disposition of a waterfall. He had a whole lot of deep, and a whole lot of love, and a whole lot of air, and a whole lot of life. So he went to the salmon, to the snake and the green, to the deepest canyons he had ever seen. He heard the rattlesnakes, he met the canyon wren, and he stood up on the sandstone. He watched the storms roll in, and the canyons run deep, and the rivers run wild, in the splendid heart of a waterfall child. Life is like a river, and the rapids are long. They're gonna make you humble, they're gonna make you strong. So he learned to read the water, he learned to follow it down. He heard the canyon echo with the waterfall sound. He took the river for a teacher, he took the river for a friend, but he never took for granted what could be around the bend. And the canyons run deep, and the rivers are wide, through the splendid heart of a waterfall child. On the Trinity River, in the summertime, when the fruit hangs low on the tangled vine, there's a spirit in the river, there's gold in the sand. There's a waterfall boy, became a waterfall man. And the canyons run deep, and the rivers are wide, through the restless heart of a waterfall child. There's a spirit in the river, there's gold in the sand. There's a waterfall boy, he's now a waterfall man. And the waterfall boy became a waterfall man. Tim, come in. Jim Hachimanji, Peter and Nadia. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting. It's awesome, and I'm very thrilled to have this CD.